What's shaking? Y'all know I'm Bacon. This is Calzax back on the mic once again with another Escape from Tarkov guide. And today I've got some really cool news. We've been definitely waiting on this for some time. This is all about 12.10. We're going to be going through the patch notes. Also just talking a little bit about the podcast with Nikita yesterday that they had. So let's go ahead and dive into that. But before we get started, I want to take 5 seconds to say we stream on twitch.tv/CalzaxTV. We have a Discord. The link is in the description below. And please like and subscribe. It supports the channel so much. Thank you very much. All right, and here we are sitting here in the patch notes for the 12.10 patch. Some really cool stuff. This is actually not one of the bigger patches though. I think they've spent a lot of this time actually working on networking stuff is my suspicion. They kept saying that the 12.11 patch is going to have more features, but we do know that they like to roll out a lot of new features, new guns in every patch. So let's go ahead and dive into what they are adding. So first off, we got new voices for Scav bosses, Rashala, Sanitar, and Gluhar. I wasn't aware of any problems with the voice lines before or anything, but maybe they're just, fleshing them out, adding more stuff there. So we'll kind of find out what that looks like hopefully soon. New actions and conditions of scavs and sounds for them. As we'll find out lower below, it's going to tell us a lot about the new AI. It sounds like they're nerfing scavs in a lot of ways. Probably trying to make them seem more natural in a lot of ways too. So you're always going to see this kind of thing. But moving on, we got new clothing for USEC Bear and Scavs. Really good to see. I feel like this isn't usually too difficult for them to add. I would hope not, but maybe it is. Maybe not too time consuming. So I do like to see this. It just adds more flavor, more variety. And in all those shooter games, we have weapon skins, we have appearances, things like that. Just cosmetics to help the game have variety, have flavor. So I do like it. New equipment, we have all these different chest rigs, new slings, hunting vests, new slick plate carrier that's olive, and a tan one. So they have the green and the tan slicks now, but they should be the same as far as I can tell. They were kind of showing it off in the podcast, so if you guys are interested, go check out the Battlestate podcast, and they actually show the slick, as well as this new gas mask that they have. So some new stuff there. Let's see what else. We got an emergency water ration. That'll be interesting. Guessing something like the MRE that just gives you a lot of water. It'll be interesting to see. I'm not exactly sure. Hemostatic tourniquet, another thing to help with the heavy bleeds, I assume. AFAC, they did show this in the podcast, or at least I noticed it in there, and it's basically a little bit of a better version than the IFAC. I believe it has more hit points, and it also takes less to stop the heavy bleeds or something like that. So it should be pretty similar to an IFAC, but probably a little bit better. All right, new ammo. This is what I'm really excited for, guys. I have been lobbying for this. I have been preaching this, lobbying this. If you guys have watched the podcast, you have heard me talk about this. What class of bullets did I say needs a better bullet? 7.62 by 39. That and 12.7, the Ash 12 ammo. But finally, it's here. It's here. 7.62 by 39 MIA AP. Believe it's going to be the best 7.62 by 39 round. Since we love our armor penetration, that's what we want. We want consistency. We want armor penetration. So yes, very happy about this. Can't wait to see the actual specs on this bullet. Bless up. I love it. Okay. Some new 5.56 ammo as well. This will be interesting. I don't know the stats about this. SSA AP. I didn't really think that they needed to add more 5.56 ammo, but there's a lot of variety within 5.56. So many people like to use the M4s, HKs, things like that. I understand why they're adding more ammo to this. There's a lot of different guns that use this class, so it makes sense. STM-9 pistol caliber carbine. So the STM-9 is the 9mm AR. It's finally added to the game in 12.10. It's gonna be pretty sweet. It looked cool. It looked fun. Just an AR, I believe, semi-automatic, but it shoots that 9mm, so it should be very easy on the recoil, I'm assuming. Looking forward to using it. The 9mm is fun. It's not the easiest ammo to use, especially something like this. I wouldn't assume it's going to be a meta of any kind, but it should be fun. And as well, the PL-15 pistol. I don't know too much about this personally, but I did see the pictures of it, so if you guys are interested, definitely go look at the podcast. All right, the Taiga special melee tool. Don't know a whole lot about this. We'll hopefully have to get you more information on all this kind of stuff soon. They added some new barter items, so I assume these don't really do much besides, trade for things in the hideout, craft, things like that. So we'll kind of get a better understanding of what these will be useful for, but TNT brick, ratchet wrench, and can of thermite. You can filter by items found in raid. That's kind of interesting to see what you can sell, I suppose. You can sort by location. That's also a little handy just to figure out. You're often wondering what tasks you have on certain locations, so that should be a little nice fix. This is actually really handy for the flea market. The message item has already been purchased, has been moved to notification. That way you don't have to dismiss it, I believe. So that way it should be easier when you miss out on something. When you double tap the voice line key, aggressive phrases will be played. So that is an interesting change. Just trying to get people shouting at each other some more. I did hear as well from the podcast yesterday that they're planning. He said sometime this year he would like to see them get the proximity chat in. We'll see if that's the case, but that will be interesting. That'll be a different game style right there for Tarkov. And also, huge change. I'm very excited for this. They are saying Steam Audio is supposed to be back in after some fixes for 12.10. So, should help us out the most in being able to tell vertical sounds, in my opinion. Being able to tell if someone's above or below you. Rain sound is now 30% quieter. Very, very nice. Defenses offers are no longer displayed in the flea market. I guess that'll, people that just go to the flea to check for that, they'll see that instead of people on the flea market. I guess it'll make it more rare to get those. You have to actually check with him. Strength and endurance, Pesley's been saying you were leveled a lot faster this wipe, and too fast they think, so they are definitely reeling that back. Adjusted player spawns on customs. I actually haven't played a whole lot of customs this wipe, so let me know in the comments what was the problem with the spawns. So we'll see how the new ones are. Okay, simplified the attention skill progression and simplified mag drill skill progression. That's pretty nice. These actually took forever. Like mag drills, man, I could never get my mag drills up. So this is really good to see. Increased hideout management leveling speed if solar batteries block is built. That's interesting. That must be a new thing right there. They did fix the high volume of breathing on Bear and USEC voices, so that's kind of cool. There was one voice, I think it was Bear 3, Sergey or something, and I had used it on my hardcore one, and it's a really quiet breathing. And then on my main account was the USEC, man. I don't remember even what voice line, maybe the SEC 2 or 3 or something, and it was so loud. The breathing is just like, you can, I don't know, it's just a humongous difference, but I guess they changed that, so that's good. There's quite a few different fixes here, so I won't go ahead and read all of these. I'll let you guys read these. I will post a link to the patch notes in the description, so feel free to check that out. Here we are with AI changes. Like I said, it mostly seems like they are making AI scavs less, they're nerfing them, making things more realistic and understandable. Like, for example, bots do not fire while changing position to prone. That's a huge one that they would always do. Change the parameters of the effect of bushes on visibility bots. I always felt like they could see me through bushes and grass and stuff like that. Like, I could never see them. That's really tough. Bots in the move now shoot even less accurately than bots that are stationary. So I wonder if they could always shoot the same, and they'd be moving backwards and pop you in the head, man. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. So we'll see how they are now. Supposedly they have added something here, which is pretty interesting. Changes to the shader system. They've added a new option, I believe, in the graphics settings that's supposed to eliminate some of the freezes and micro freezes that were caused by shaders at the beginning of a raid, during combat contact, and during visual effects, as well as memory optimization. So this is huge. This is one of the things we talked about in the podcast recently about the memory leaks. So that right there, I want to know how much memory optimization, stuff like that. Hopefully we'll have a better answer maybe in a future podcast or video or something like that we can give you. Definitely interested to see what this is like. I believe the option is the MIP streaming setting here, where it's supposed to optimize to where it's supposed to use more VRAM instead of the actual RAM. So that should be huge for systems with a small amount of VRAM. I'm very interested to see how well this actually works. Something I've been complaining about, so I don't know if this is a fix for that or not yet. We'll get more information, but it is good to see something here about all this. Well, that is going to do it for our video today. That is everything that they're going to be adding into the 12.10 patch. Seems like a lot of fixes, some very good fixes, so it may not seem as many features or anything like that. Seems like a small patch, but actually I think they are working on the stuff that we're complaining about, which is the networking, the memory stuff, and it's just you can't quite see it as well as other features that they might be adding. So it may seem small, but this may actually be one of the bigger patches in terms of the fixing of the game. So let's hope for that. Let's find out, and we'll get back to you guys with more information. Let us know what you thought in the comments. Make sure to leave that like and subscribe. We stream on twitch.tv/CalzXTV. We would love to have you drop in. And we have the airport Discord at basically 150 members now. We're still growing. We got lots of gamers in there. Link is in the description below. We'd love to have you in. And with that, I'm going to leave you there. Take it easy. I'll catch you next time.